Hey guys, Jordan here, back with another one. You guys know what time it is. We're gonna keep it going with some Ascended. Obviously, our tech stickers, 6 and 6, 6 for Charizard, 6 for Gengar, meaning we got 36 packs in total. And to go against those 36 packs, we got 4 ETBs from Surging Sparks. So 36 v 36. Make sure to stick around and see what we get. So we're starting off with Surging, obviously. We're going to leave Ascended for after. Starting off with the Surging Sparks that we have had a lot of good luck with, and we have had some bad luck with. So we'll see how we're going to go with these first 9. Again, these are ETBs, so these ETBs could have stuff in them. Again, always that gamble of having good luck or bad luck. That's what Pokemon openings happen like that, so... if we got anything worthwhile, it'll be nice. If not, it's whatever. Like, again, what we're here for is the Ascended. We need stuff for the Master Set. We need to keep that going. There's a lot of cards that we do need to get still, so there's a lot of stuff that we're just going for to see if we can get. A Brilliant Blender for an A-Spec. A-Spec Brilliant Blender. Obviously, the car is the big one that people want. Brilliant Blender is still, I think, useful. But at the same time, I don't know how many people want it or not. Got our Kriganrola and our Chien Pao. But right now, this ETB is pretty weak at this point. Nothing huge to show for. Nothing interesting at this point. Just an A-Spec, which, again, I wouldn't count as a hit. So... it ends up being something just in the background that we're gonna keep. Our Executor, not the big one, just the regular old EX. Nothing good, nothing super interesting to come out there at this point, but let's keep it going with these guys. See if we get anything in our first round, because again, I would not count Executor as anything, so just a regular old EX. Got our Rotom and our Dialga. And here we're just flying, guys. Nothing really great to show for with these. Nothing big coming out. Nothing of interest at this point with our Surging Sparks, which we've opened up a lot of. If you haven't been part of the channel or seen many of the Surging Sparks, we got a lot of them. So go back if you want. Check those out. Some nice packs coming out there. Our last 2 packs. Got our Charmander there holding down our trash. And our last 2 to go for. With a Swablu, Volcarona, Gouging Fire. And I'm pretty sure we're going to finish with nothing here. But we got our last pack. Ooh, not showing up right here. There we go. I think we're going to need to switch the pin, but let's see. Our last code for these first 9, and our last chance for anything worthwhile, a Ceruledge, an illustration Ceruledge to finish off. So this Ceruledge is probably the only thing that made this ETB okay. Price wise, I don't even think it's worth much, but still, at least something came out here. Okay, so now with Ascended, let's see if we can actually get something worthwhile to show up here, because the Ceruledge is the only thing that ended up showing up with Surging, which is kind of lackluster from an ETB. It's a pretty lackluster ETB. But here we got our Scraggy, Cramorant, and Okidogi. And with these as well, we're not going to be getting, I think, super big hits coming out. So far, Ascended. I think the biggest ones so far have been the Mega Attack. So those are going to be some of the harder ones or easier ones, or however you want to see those kinds of cards. I don't know, but Mega Attacks. Oh, our first alt, which is En's Zoroark. Beautiful card. Our Tapu Koko. It's in the 2nd spot. Beautiful card. Look at that. All the stuff in the background, the design is huge, honestly. But our first alt of Ascended, we got En's Zoroark EX. After that alt, let's see what else we're going to be getting from these. These are all tech stickers again, so that was... this is 3 packs already of a tech sticker. So that was 1 tech sticker, either a Gengar or a Charizard, that we ended up getting that alt from. So again, that's what's going to be happening with all of these. You never know where all the big stuff could come out. But one tech sticker, and it'll giving us that alt of Ends Zorark. So they could be in big stuff. I think this is a special set, so there's not going to be booster boxes. So we got ETBs coming soon, but they're not here yet right now. That's what we're doing. That's why we're doing a bunch with tech stickers, because that's what we got. Got our Cascoon, Pokeball Psyduck with the Love Ball, and our Meganium EX. One thing, Giant Bouquet. This attack does 50 more damage for each type of grass energy attached to this Pokemon. So 70, all three. You could keep loading it and have 6 grass energies. It does all like 300 plus 70. So it's a big tank, you could probably say. It does a big damage attack there if you load it with just grass ones. Even if it has 3 for the attack, doesn't say anything about maximum 3 energies or stuff like that. So it would be loaded with grass energies in order, and it has 2 retreat costs. So, and obviously regular Psyduck. There's a lot of cards where you can just retreat, no problem with those cards. Our Terrapagos is back here in action. This guy just comes out all the time as well. And our code. So far, again, with that means we have 1 alt out of all the alts that are possible that are going to be coming out here with the Mega Attack as well. So, Yono's Watt-Roll, our first illustration rare from Ascended, and it's a very nice looking card as well. I love the colors. Flip a coin if heads, his attack does 20 more damage, so not really anything with that card, but still very pretty. You can see the colors on screen are popping. So let's do our last one. That was another tech sticker. 3 packs. Had our Yono and a Meganium. Now we'll see what our last 3 end up having, if anything. With our Water Energy, our Dunsparce there, Larry Starly, and a Reggie Ice. We got our Reggie Steel. Now we got our Reggie Ice. I'm guessing that means there's a Reggie Rock. And if there's no Reggie Gigas, that probably means that it's going to come out later in different sets. We got our Fire Energy, our Iris, Mawile, Fanrodom, and our Victory Bell. And the last pack from our 3rd tech sticker, if it has anything worthwhile, or was it just the Reggie Ice? Let's see. But again, those 2 already made it worthwhile with our first alt and our first trainer illustration. And this one having our Reggie Rock. So there's our Reggie Rock and Reggie Ice in our last tech sticker. Okay, let's keep it going with Surging. Now that we have the Mega Attack, not Mega Attacks. Now that we have our alt and our illustration rare representing for Ascended, let's see if we can get something worthwhile here to represent for Surging Sparks here. Again, Throne cards will be changing as we move along, so that Yono could be taken down pretty easily. If we get an alt, it'll take it down, no problem. But again, here, there could be illustration rares where I'm like, I prefer this one over that, so it'll take its spot. But with Surging, I think it's a little lackluster right now at this point. It's a little harder to be pulling cards. Sometimes there are points where we've done Surging Sparks and it just keeps giving, and then there's times where it gives absolutely nothing, like so far. Again, this is an ETB, so we could have some good stuff in the ETB, or we could have just gotten, like we did in our first ETB, an illustration, an EX, and Ace Spec. So we could get stuff like that repeated. So there's our Durant, our first EX for the ETB. We could just have that too, apparently, because again, we never know if we have some good stuff coming out with these ETBs or if we're just getting pretty much nothing worthwhile. Our Clobopus, an illustration rare. It's a cute one, but it's more vivid than our Yono is more vivid, so I'm just gonna put this guy in the background, not taking down our Yono. And obviously, the Yono is part of the sets right now that obviously people are going to be searching for, trying to open up. So bad luck for those of you that can't. Feel sorry for you, for the scalpers and stuff. Again, here we are not in the States, so it's a little easier for us to get. We're actually in a different place completely. We're in Rockets Collectibles Coffee and Card Shop. So here they let us open up. They set up a space for us. So very glad about that. Okay, so here with our, messed that up, here with our freaking pack, next one, got our Rabska, and I think that's gonna be it. 2 packs left. this box, this ETB ain't really giving much to us at this point. The ETBs sometimes have given us things like alts, but usually it's the booster boxes that have been the best ones there. So last pack, and a Durant and a Clobbopus is all we've got to show. Let's see if we can get one more. And to show for it will be our Titan, Ceruledge, and the same Executor again. Now with Ascended. Ascended right now obviously is the hotness. So we're gonna keep it going with this. You're gonna be seeing a lot of Ascended videos coming out. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys know when we upload, and you'll be seeing the kinds of hits that we're gonna be getting. But so far, that's probably the biggest thing that we've gotten. We've gotten Mega Attacks as well. So if you haven't seen those, you can go back and look at them. But Mega Attacks at this point, I don't know what their rarity or variability will be. Right now we ended up pulling 3 of them, but apparently there's our Hoopa with a dark energy symbol, got our Galarian Abstagoon, and then our regular Macargo, which the rarities there, it's changing spots as well. The 2 reverse, those are all gonna have, the first one will always have the energy, the second one will probably have, there's our water foil, the second one will probably have the Pokeball, or if they're like Team Rocket, it'll have the R. And then the last one will just be maybe a regular holo, or like we have right here, our full art Mega Arduino, which at the edges, they kind of make it look like a Mega Attack, but it's just a regular old full art. So 3 packs so far, and we've got in our Mega Arduino there. Nothing else from those 3. But again, they can be all like our first round when we got our Zoroark, but we could get lucky enough and they just end up repeating themselves. But got our Erika's Tangela, our Tynamo there with its energy, our Weavile, and our Victory Bell. That's how the order is going to be for those energies. It's always going to be the first energy, then the Pokeball or the representation of wherever it's from, and the last one, either a hit, regular holo, but the hit could also switch up and be in the first spot, the second spot. There's a lot of more variability here, and it does change up. Got our Drumpa, Team Rocket's Great Ball, and another regular old Hoopa to keep it going for us. Now we have that energy Hoopa. I think we're just missing the second version where it has the Pokeball version, and that's gonna be it for that one. Got our Helioptile, Team Rocket's Giovanni, our Darumaka, and again, Destined cards are coming out here. A lot of these cards are just reprints, like Night Stretcher, Buddy Buddies, Glass Trumpets. These guys are just coming back here because it's gonna change soon. We got our Erika's Vileplume, an EX we do not have, so hey, that's fine. We need those EXs for the master set, and a lot of them aren't really repeating. We are getting different ones. We got a repeat of the freaking Mega Attack before we got another EX that is repeated, so it does change that up a little bit. Our Raichu and our King Gambit, and our last one of these 9. Let's see if we can get something else besides just our freaking full art, which is all we've gotten so far from these 9, and our EX. Got our Fighting Energy Reverse, got our Heliolisk, Beautifly Air Balloon, Vanillite, and a full art Glass Trumpet. So we don't have this one either, so useful as well. Continuing again with Surging. Right now, Surging has been the letdown at this point. Just the 2 illustration rares are what we've been interested in, so nothing else has been good from there. Our Spupa and our Archlodon. Nothing worthwhile to show for at that point, so nothing really good at all to call for it. Again, here with at least in our Ascended, we are getting variety, and we are getting, obviously, cards that we need. So that's something that's definitely going to be happening. We don't have them yet, so it's going to be hits that are worthwhile. We don't have that Glass Trumpet, so obviously we want it. It is a card that is played, and the item words and stuff like that, but still, there's things that are missing from the master set, so we are needing them. And here with Surging, nothing really to call for at this point. We haven't pulled anything worthwhile. Nothing's really coming out, and these ETBs are kind of letting us down, which the ETBs aren't really or haven't been. I don't recall, honestly. If you go back on the channel and check it out, maybe you guys have seen something worthwhile come out of them, or you haven't. But again, most of these are just cards that aren't really going to give us anything, which right now, just the EX of Archlodon has come from that Surging Spark. So again, we're pretty much just waiting out here and seeing if we get anything worthwhile from Surging Sparks. Which does have another EX there, which does have a lot of good cards. Obviously, we got our Big Butt Pikachu, but we do have our Latios there in the background. We got Hydrogen, we got Executor, we got all those possible alt arts with the rainbow borders as well, the Cerulege, but not really doing anything now at this point. Just 2 EXs from this ETB, and our last 2 packs, so that's not really leaving any hope for us at this point. Got our CeeLo, the ugly ass fish, which just goes to the background. I'm not gonna sleeve that up right now, because if you've been part of the channel, you know ugly ass fish is our Stunfisk. We don't really give a damn about that guy. So, and that Stunfisk does come out as well here in our freaking Ascended Heroes as a full art. But that's all we got from that ETB. So as long as we keep getting newer cards here with Ascended, we'll probably just be still hyped with them. There's still a lot of alts. There's still a lot of illustration rares that we need. We still need the other full arts. There's only 2 other full arts either, so that's like not really that big of a deal. But there's our repeat of Team Rocket's Mimikyu. We've already pulled this guy, so this one's gonna be up for the chances. But I'll take down our Yono in order to switch it out here with our Mimikyu. As our second one that we've pulled, thought maybe we wouldn't see it as common. Most of the illustration rares, I would think, specifically with the trainers, would be the least of the ones that we see repeated, but you never know with this kind of thing which ones end up being the most common. But we got our Vullaby, and our Okidogi. That guy is also going to be... The holos are always those guys that are repeated often. Hoopa has been one of the ones that have been constantly repeated, so we'll be seeing those often. But with these, our Fire Energy, our Reverse Fire Energy. With these guys, we'll be seeing if we get anything to show up. Right now, with that illustration, we're already doing way better than we have with Surging Sparks. Again, Surging Sparks is the one that's lackluster at this point. Zoroark coming out at the start in our first tech sticker. Another Fire Energy. It shows that it's going to give us stuff as well. We got our Specterior. I've always seen that guy with its rider, but now here they are by themselves, which is dope. I don't know if the rider has a name. I think it's just the rider, the Ice Rider or the Shadow Rider, but I've seen that normally when they're on the horse than when they are by themselves. So our energy of the Petront. Hey, our first Itchy Pollen illustration rare Badoo. So unclaimed because Ugo doesn't have it. Ugo doesn't have it, so it's our first Itchy Pollen boy. This is definitely going to be a card that people go after. Ever since that Badoo has come out, Itchy Pollen has been going all the way, so it's something that people are obviously going to want, but Ugo doesn't have it. So it's part of the master set. It's nothing big, but it's a Pokemon that has 30 health, no energy needed, and they can't play any items from their cards in the next turn. So that's one of the biggest reasons why it's such a nice, or a big used card. There's our ugly ass fish. Our ugly ass fish, Stunfisk. He came out when we were speaking him freaking into existence, but that's full art number 2 from Ascended. Now all we need is the one that's missing, Spirigatito. So we ended up getting our ugly ass fish after our ugly ass fish. Freaking spoke it into existence. That does happen sometimes. Not like, I do need him too, so like, there's only 3 full arts here that I need to collect for my full art collection. Our Koraidon. I didn't even know there was going to be a Koraidon in this set, but I need the full arts here as well. And there's only 3, so that makes my life a little bit easier. But too bad that one of them is the freaking ugly ass fish. Got our another Psyduck. Psyduck's going to be a repetition thing here, obviously. Team Rocket's Transceiver. Another full art, but full art item. We don't have it either, so something else. Obviously, this came out in Destined Rivals, but I don't know if it came out in a full art version or not. You guys let me know down in those comments. I know it came out as a regular item, but I don't know if it came out as a full art item. And our last pack of Ascended here in this round of 9. We got one more to go. 4 each in Surging. Hopefully they both bring the heat with the last one. But we got Team Rocket's Factory and our Monkey Doors. So far, we're still getting good stuff that we don't have. And our last chance for Surging Sparks. Let's see if it brings a heat here with the last one. I'm guessing it's not, but with what the luck we've had so far with it. But I've been wrong before, and it has shut my mouth before, so hopefully it will. With Surging Sparks here, honestly, I'd be happy with anything worthwhile at this point. The rainbow border ones are always well received. They're nice cards. They look good, and obviously they're still alts. Are my regular Milotics, not the alt Milotic, which that would have been a dope one to get. But so far, only Ascended has some representation with the alts at this point. A few to go here with Surging Sparks. Sometimes the cards feel different, and I'm like, oh, maybe there's something there. But usually it's just bad cutting or cards a little thicker than normal. So, got our next 3. We got our Sedaddle and Tapu Koko. Nothing huge. Again, Surging Sparks, very lacking at this point in comparison to our Ascended, which I thought maybe Ascended wouldn't be as big as it has been so far. It has been the only one. Ugly ass fish again. Damn. Freaking stupid one. Yeah, third one. 2 illustrations and our full art. No, well, now that it's come out, I hope we get another freaking Stunfisk full art because I need it. But again, why would we want that repeated if we can get something else worthwhile, right? Got our Alicia and our Gastrodune. And our last 3 packs for the freaking ugly ass fish to be repeated. Very much a big letdown here with Surging Sparks. Probably not even worthwhile to make it part of the video, but obviously we're making that comparison here with Ascended. Another Tatsugiri. And our last 2 packs, 2 EXs and an illustration rare so far with this ETB. Hopefully we get a little more than the 30-something%, because 3 hits out of 9 packs, that's usually the mark. But hopefully with this last one, we'll get something different than what we've gotten so far. Last one, maybe a Pikachu full art, maybe something. And our last pack gives us nothing. So yes, Surging Sparks, very big letdown in this video. Let's keep it going with Ascended. Let's see how this finishes off again. The big stuff in there is going to be is Ascended already anyways, so see if we can take down the thrones with what we got left here in these guys. Got our Curlia, our Metachan, Victory Bell, and Colossal. We could take stuff down again. If we get another illustration rare that I like, I'll probably move down our Itchy Pollen, our Berdoo. If not, well, it's gonna stick there for the rest of it. But again, our Zoroark has been there from the start, from the first 2 or 3 packs, so it has a long throne. Its reign has been the entire video, so let's see if we can get something to take the throne away from it. If not, it goes to show you an alt and an illustration rare, Misdrevis, we haven't pulled. So it's a nice one to add to the stock. We have our Misdrevis here, switching out with our Berdoo, just because it has been there for a different set. Let's keep it going here with the next ones that we got left, a couple more, and that'll be the end of our Ascended Heroes. We'll have a couple more to go, so again, if you haven't, go ahead, join the channel so you can see the kinds of stuff that we're getting, and you can see the other videos of Ascended Heroes that are going to be coming out sooner than later. Got like 9 planned, 7 or 8. We got a couple to go, so very good to look forward to. Got our Slurpuff, another Bayleaf, someone needs that, and our Mega Dragonite EX. We've pulled it already, so now those are also available. But we still need the big boy, the alt, the hyper rare, It has a mega attack too. I think Dragonite's one of the ones that has everything. Got our basic energy. Good. Our Pignites, Linoon, Weevil, Honchcrow. These guys at the end just repeat over and over. Energy, then maybe the place they're from with their ball, and our regular old holo. There's our code. Our basic energy, Mightyena, Ghastly, and another illustration rare. Our Larry's Staraptor. I like how that looks. It looks pretty cool, and we don't have it, so another one to be adding. I'll be taking down our Mischievous just because it's a new illustration rare. Switching it out here with what we got and having Larry join the throne. And our last 2 packs. See if we can get that Zoroark to take a step down. It's the only ones we got left. Hopefully we can see something end up changing here. Got our Light Ball, our Pikachu with the energy, Pawniard and Entei. I'm pretty sure we don't have that one. And our last pack here. Some cards be falling. It's pretty slippery, but hey, we just need to make that change. We have our last pack. Not a god pack, but let's see if we can get something worthwhile to show up with our Tepig, Pikachu with the Pokeball. I think that means all the Pikachus. And we ended up with just those illustration rares. Just a quick wrap up, guys. Our only A spec, which obviously we could get from Surging Sparks, are Brilliant Benders. We got a good amount of EXs, obviously 5 there, another 5, and then another 3, so 13 total. Our full arts, which all came from Ascended, 2 of the ones we needed and 2 items that we needed, so that ended up turning out good. 2 ugly ass fish from Surging Sparks, a Clobbopus, and a Ceruledge. 4 from Surging, and then the rest were also from Ascended, which we did get different ones for each. We got 5. 3 of them were trainers, and then 1 with like that. And obviously the big boy that came out in the start of the video, our Ends Zoroark EX. Beautiful card, our first alt from Ascended, so very good card there. And that's been the video, guys, and I've been Georgisaur. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel, and go ahead and share as well so we can see more people joining us to see what kinds of hits that we're getting. But that's been it. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night whenever you're watching. Peace out.